Hello, everybody. It's me, Talon.
I'm Alida.
And we're a couple of geeks. And give us just about 8 seconds because we got to make sure the audio is coming through the stream.
Because this is our first. What? It totally is.
It totally is. I think we should be a little bit more, though. Okay, hold on.
Bring it up just a bit.
I'm making a mild adjustment. There we go. There we go. That looks good. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are live right now, and you can see there's like stuff around us, like our logo over there. And if you're watching on YouTube, the subscribe button's right here. Somebody do that.
Yes,
Somebody
please.
do that.
If you haven't subscribed, please, because we have something really cool that happens when you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.
Yes. And I think the only people we have viewing us right now are us on our phones. But that's okay.
Because this is brand new, and people we haven't been. It's been like two weeks or so since we've done a live stream.
It has.
We've been testing out stuff for the wedding, and this was one of the things we were thinking about doing for the wedding. And so this is all brand new to us. We're like, we should pretty much practice this and kind of make sure it actually works for us. So when the wedding comes along, that we know what's going on and what to do.
This is what this is how we're going to be going live at our wedding. We're currently using an Elgato Cam Link with our GoPro, and we're using Streamlabs OBS Studio to stream live to you guys over the YouTubes and stuff. And Alida can show you as well. She's typing in the chat box right now and said hello, and it should pop up right here. Look, there it is. There it is. If you chat to us, you can see it on the screen, and we can see it too. And if you subscribe to our YouTube page, something fun pops up right here by my head. So I'm going to try not to look down at our computer, which is in front of us.
I know, because we're so used to like looking at the actual screen that we're talking to. So we usually talk to ourselves.
Yeah. We usually talk to ourselves.
Sounds very kind of concealed when you say it out loud like that. But now there's a camera right in front of us, and we're talking to the camera and not necessarily to our faces. So
it does.
I keep wanting to like look down and see what's going on the screen.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, that's why I don't see that anymore.
It says we have 3 viewers, so if you're watching,
I think that's us. Still.
Well, because we're 2. There's 1 and then 2.
And then there's the main YouTube viewer.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
So so we're watching ourselves right now.
We're watching ourselves right now, but that's okay. Tassels! Look, it says it on here too. It says, hello!
That way I have something to play with.
Look,
I've got my tassels today.
I can be like, I can say something as myself. Hello, back. There we go. Look, there's me. I said something.
You.
I said something on the screen. So if anybody... Oh, hey, look, we got a new viewer. Hello, new viewer.
Hello, it's our first live stream on YouTube ever, and you're our first viewer.
Thank you so much.
So please say hi, because we're excited about this. I don't know if you know about our streaming stuff that we've done before, but we've done streaming live stuff on Fridays, called ACOG Fan Fridays, but this is the first time we've done it on YouTube. So please say something in the chat box, because we want to know who's watching and what's going on.
Please do. So, if you didn't know already, I'm Talon.
I'm Alida.
And we're a couple of geeks, and we're kind of doing our intro again, but that's because this is our first time live streaming with our new Elgato Cam Link setup with our GoPro. This is not the finalized background, obviously.
Although I kind of like it so far.
So far, it's looking pretty cool, but I feel like we need some more stuff in certain places. I feel like the lighting needs to be more dynamic, too.
Yeah.
And stuff. And also, I don't like looking down at my screen all the time.
So we need like a setup where I can put the screen like up next to the camera so that we're not looking up and down like awkwardly.
We need like a little monitor and stuff, because we're used to seeing ourselves
like we were talking about earlier. We usually talk to ourselves.
Yeah. But thank you guys very much for joining. What are you doing? You're looking down at your...
I'm gonna repost this and see so that people know what's going on.
Okay, yeah,
like,
do that.
Watch right now or live right now.
Yes, do that right now. So Oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. So we've buttons. Yes. Oh darn it! I forgot exactly what I was going to talk about.
It's okay, because right now we're still talking to each other.
We're still talking to each other and ourselves, but I mean that's okay. It's not a big deal.
Come on, friends. Come on over and say hi. The water's fine.
The water's fine on the interwebs. Regardless, too, this is going to be saved on YouTube and it'll be live for a little while, too.
That's true.
So it's okay. Don't worry. You guys, we're going to, give me just a second. Hold on. I've got to do a thing and I'll show you a cool trick. And we're back. See, I have a screen that makes it like we're gonna be right back in a second. And I wanted to run and get you, show you guys this game here called "Are You the Cultist?" We haven't got a chance to play it yet, but it's like, and yes, we got it for $25. It's by Wildfire.
No, we got it on sale.
Oh, we did get it on sale.
Yeah,
You're
we
right.
didn't buy it for $25.
It's by Wildfire. Igniting Imagination. Wildfire Studios. And it's basically like it's basically supposed to be like Werewolf but with quests.
Do you want to explain what Werewolf is for those who haven't played Werewolf?
If you haven't played Werewolf, where have you been?
I know, it's a pretty fun game. It's like it's a good group game. And it's like there's like the detective work and everyone gets to kind of, participate in their own way.
That's true.
So, yeah, It's a good group game.
So,
how do you play Werewolf?
So, the way you play Werewolf is you get a bunch of people together and you decide who is going to be amongst the group. The villagers or the werewolf. Or werewolves, if there's enough players. And then throughout the course of the game, players put their heads down or close their eyes, and the wolves work together to take out the villagers. And the villagers during at night, when everybody has their eyes closed, and during the day when everybody has their eyes open, everybody works together to try to suss out the werewolves. And it's a really hilarious game and very, very cunning and stuff like that whenever you start to get into it. It's really silly. It's a crazy little game. But Are You the Cultist works in the Cthulhu mythos of H.P. Lovecraftian esque stuff, and it asks you to find who the cultists are in your group, in your party.
Look at these cards and see what they look like.
Yeah, they look pretty cool, actually.
So we got, I know you showed the packaging a little bit. It has a little Cthulhu in the front. Who's Cthulhu?
Who's Cthulhu? You don't know who Cthulhu is?
I know, but the people watching may not know.
If you don't know who Cthulhu is, where have you been all your life? I'm kidding. I gotta stop making that joke. Our cat's watching us.
I just noticed that too. I looked over.
He's off this way.
And he's just like sitting there, just like, what you guys doing?
Like, hey,
we're
you guys.
His own entertainment, so he
Pretty
watches
much.
us and we watch him. He's our entertainment. It's a mutual relationship.
It is. It is.
Again, if you're watching, comment. Let us know.
Let us know if you're watching us and stuff like that. I'll probably end up making that chat thingy on the screen a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it was a little hard for us to see on our side, although we can see on the edge.
Yeah, we have our Superly chat stuff. Well, these cards are pretty crazy.
These are event cards, is what it says?
So, like I said, it's like Werewolf, but with quests. So, basically, you choose a group of your group.
There are event cards.
You choose if you choose a group to go on a quest.
And nightmare cards.
Mm-hmm. And you have to hold it up a little bit closer. We're really, really high def.
Are You the Cultist cards? So, like, there's different
Those
cards.
are the standard backing, yeah. So essentially, instead of having the whole group constantly be like night and day, what they have is they have the normal phase, and then they have the questing phase. And so essentially what you do is while you're going to try to complete a quest, the cultists are secretly trying to make you fail during the quest, which is pretty cool. And they do this with these +1 or -1 cards and stuff, and you only have a certain amount, but nobody knows what you have.
Are these these are the character cards?
Yes, there are characters as well. It's actually a really nifty looking little game. We haven't had a chance to play it yet, but perhaps we can play it on the live stream.
Because we're saving up for the wedding, we have no social life.
Exactly. The only thing we've been able to do is buy card games very, very cheaply.
So
and
maybe we'll bring
watch
one of
movies.
these and play a card game during the reception.
Maybe. Who knows?
Like, what are we gonna? Because I know we're not gonna do like the standard wedding reception stuff. Like, we're not doing the bridal bouquet. I'm sorry if you were really looking forward to that.
Not throwing anything.
We're not doing the garter thing. Again, sorry if you were looking forward to that. But we are doing the cake thing and the toast.
We're doing a cake.
I was trying to think earlier this week, I was like, we need some type of activities to do that's uniquely us, that involves everybody. So I think that...
Do you want to play like a massive game of werewolf then?
Yeah, that might be interesting.
That would be fun.
Like at one point.
Of course, like, we'd be out of the game like so fast, everybody's gonna think that we're the werewolves. Because it's our wedding.
I'm having trouble getting the cards back in the
Here,
box.
I'll do it.
So I'm just
or just set them over there.
Set it over there, and I'll take care of that
That's
later.
an old trick of the trade, is just to not let it, is to just put it aside. Just to put it aside and not worry about it. Hopefully our stream looks all right to everybody else. It looks good on my phone here.
I mean, we can see everything fine. I'm just kind of like, hey, peoples, come on. I think part of it is because we haven't done a live stream in a few weeks, so I think that we're kind of out of the loop of like getting people used to watching us.
Yeah.
So most people aren't really expecting to see us because it's been a few weeks. The last time we did our live stream was at our location, so that was 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago.
And we usually do it every Friday, and then it kind of became every other Friday as we were planning for the wedding. And like as we've been getting closer to the wedding, we've been running out of time to do the streams.
Yeah.
So, because now I think we have most of our stuff pretty much planned out. It's just like details about the wedding now.
Pretty much, yeah, just little details.
Make sure we don't forget all that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, but our location is looking really cool. We are super, like, last week we both sort of hit a wall where we were just both exhausted.
Extremely. Like, it was...
Like, slept for like 2 days, like,
I don't
exhausted.
think that I have ever felt that level of tiredness before. That's why I'm pretty sure it was literal exhaustion.
Yeah.
Just mentally and physically. It's just kind of trying to finish out the week, not this week, but the week before. Like, I just couldn't mentally carry on. It was a pretty bad week.
No, it was
that whole weekend I slept pretty much.
It was pretty crazy, yeah.
But I feel more tired now. Not so much exhausted. I feel back to tired, so it's like I feel more like a normal person.
Yeah. Like
my thinking process is normal, but like my physical process is still kind of slow.
Yeah. I understand what you mean, yeah. It feels... that's exactly how it feels to me. It's like just kind of like cruising along. Just like, oh, okay, I don't know how I feel about this and stuff. But I think I'm kind of over that hump of that major exhaustion. I'm still tired, but now I'm getting excited about the wedding.
Because we have about 47
days left, yeah.
Till the wedding.
It's so like just a little over a month.
This is literally the wedding of the century. We've been together by Christmas time.
It will be 9 years.
No, 10 years. We met
in 2008.
Just before Christmas is when we met.
Just before Christmas in 2008. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. So we will have known each other for 10 years.
Yes. We've been engaged for 6 years by Christmas.
Engaged for 6. But that's 9.
No.
Because I proposed to you when we were together for 3 years.
We met 2008. What year is it right now?
It's 2018.
That's 10 years.
How do we keep getting this time thing How do I keep getting this time thing mixed up in my head?
I don't know. Maybe because it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
It doesn't. It feels like it's been like that. But
I feel like we just met. Yeah.
It totally does.
Who are you? I don't know you.
That's exactly what you said to me when we first met.
It's true. I asked him his name like several times.
You asked me my name like 3 times that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was such an unusual name. Like, whoever hears the name Talon. I have met a couple kids at work that have his name, so that's been interesting. And then when I'm at work, I'll be like, oh my gosh, like my fiance's name is Talon, and the kids will look at me like, okay. I'm just like, it's so cool. They're like, sure.
Oh my god.
Although we went to the doctor's the other day. I'm not pregnant, just want to clarify that. It wasn't for that kind of stuff. But we had stopped by the health clinic the other day, and the lady stepped out of the back room and came out, and she was like, Alida, to see Dr. So-and-so, and both Talon and I stood up, and then this other lady stood up, and then her and I looked at each other, and we were like...
What's your name?
So it's just like, how do you spell your name? Of course, her name was spelled slightly different than mine, which is usually the case.
Yeah.
Whenever I meet somebody that has a similar name, it sounds the same, but it's spelled differently.
Yeah.
And we both were freaking out about it, because we were just like, what kind of Twilight Zone is happening right now?
Pretty much.
It was a very weird circumstance. And then one of my friends at work, she came up to me the other day, and she was like, hey, do you know they're making a movie out of you, about you?
They're making a movie out of you.
Out of me, out of pieces of me.
Taking you apart.
Stitching it together.
And putting it together. I hope nothing ends up on the cutting room floor. I love all of you.
Aw, thank you. What if I get my hair cut? Would you be sad?
Yes. Yes, okay. I am.
You'd be sad if I cut a piece of hair?
Yes. I'm just going to say yes.
Anyway,
Speaking of...
so that movie's coming out. If you haven't heard about it, it's called Alita with a T.
Battle Angel Alita.
So my name sounds, a lot of people say Alita, or a lot of people say Alida. So yeah. I kind of answer to both of those things. And even in the movie, in the trailer, sometimes it sounds like they say it like a D.
It does.
My core kind of freaks out a little bit every time I hear that.
Well, that's English for you, though.
If you have an unusual name, and then your name all of a sudden becomes popular, then you might understand this problem. But if you have a name like, John, then this is probably, like, not something that you would ever really think about, I guess. So,
well, closer to that movie's release, we're gonna do a stream about that and definitely talk about it.
I want to read the manga before the movie comes out.
Yeah,
because the movie is based off of a manga, and I'm really wanting to read that because it looks interesting to me before the movie comes out.
Exactly. So we also have a couple other things that we wanted to go over really quickly, and we're quickly running out of time here because I have to go to work, sadly. But before we do, we had a few other things that we wanted to talk about. Alida, you saw 2 movies. One of them is new, and you saw it, and the other one is old, and you had never seen it before. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, so...
Or Christopher Robin, sorry.
You saw Christopher Robin... without me.
I did.
You went to go see it.
I also asked you if I could before I did.
Well, what am I supposed to say?
Like you have your own opinions, and you are entitled to them.
I agree, but
you could have said, "Well, I want to see it too. Can you wait till I see it?"
Which would have been December.
Not necessarily. Because there has been other movies that you've really wanted to see that I've waited to see with you.
Good point, yeah.
To clarify, I see a lot more movies right now than Talon does.
She gets to go to the movies because she has a thing.
I go on $5 Tuesdays at AMC, and usually he's working on those evenings. So since it's cheaper and I'm waiting for him to get off of work anyways, I'll just go and see a movie and waste some time.
Yeah. So, either way, you went to go see Christopher Robin with Ian McGregor and Jim Cummings.
As Winnie the Pooh.
As Winnie the Pooh. And apparently Peter Capaldi was Eeyore, you said?
Yeah, I saw his name in the beginning.
No, I'm sorry.
He wasn't Eeyore.
Peter Capaldi was Rabbit, you said.
Yes, I totally just went through all the characters.
I'm sorry. The guy from Everybody Loves Raymond, not Raymond. The other guy, the tall guy, he
was Eeyore, which was
brother.
weird. Which was slightly weird to me. I didn't. Because the guy that voices Eeyore is still alive, isn't he?
It's the guy
He's the Transformers.
It's the guy who voices Optimus Prime.
So I'm confused about why they didn't get him to do the voice of Eeyore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. So you said you couldn't really tell it was Peter Capaldi, though, right?
At all. Like, I saw his name in the beginning of the movie, and I was like, oh, he's in this movie. And then I was just watching, and I was like listening for it, and then I never actually heard him. So that at the very end of the movie, the credits scroll by, and I'm like looking through, and I'm like, oh, he was Rabbit? That doesn't sound like Peter Capaldi at all.
You see, I can't...
Because he wasn't using his Scottish accent. That's why I didn't recognize him.
You see, I can't imagine Peter Capaldi doing the voice for Rabbit, because Rabbit has such a... The previous voice actors for Rabbit have always had such a unique sound to it. It's like it's a voice I can't do. Like I can do Tigger, I can do Pooh, I can do Piglet, I can do Eeyore, but Rabbit is hard to do.
Yeah, and
for me,
I think it was pretty decent.
Okay.
They did for artistic reasons, I think. They decided that Rabbit and Owl would be real animals, and then all the other characters were stuffed animals in the 100 Acre Wood. So that was unique to me. I'm not sure exactly why they chose that, because I'm pretty sure in the books they're all stuffed animals.
I thought that too. I'm used to the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh in the original cartoons that Disney did.
I think that they were trying to like combine, I don't know, the cartoon feel and the stuffed animal feel, and kind of make it a cohesive like live. I don't know, because I mean, there's no explanation about why 100 Acre Wood exists. It's just there, but you know, you don't really need an explanation for it. But this interaction with the real world, because Winnie the Pooh ends up Christopher Robin as an adult ends up back at 100 Acre Wood.
Does it feel like
so him interacting as an adult in 100 Acre Wood, like that was an interesting like, oh, what's the word? Like conflict within him to kind of make sense of what's happening around him.
Was it like, okay, one thing
and them trying to understand who he was, because they in the movie they don't recognize him right away.
Oh, they don't.
Winnie the Pooh does.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else doesn't know who he is.
They're just like, who's this adult?
They think he's a humphalump.
They think he's a heffalump? Yeah. Oh man! Oh no! I really want to go see it.
So it's this kind of, I mean, because that's what he's turned into as an adult.
He's a heffalump now.
Yeah. So it isn't until he finds his like childhood spirit again that they actually see him again and go, oh, there he is.
You know what?
So that was really interesting. And then there's another twist in the story where then he goes back into the real world, and then the Winnie the Pooh and the characters, they go after him to help him. And so then there's those play on interactions with them in the real world where they're stuffed animals, and you know, everyone's like freaking out because Winnie the Pooh is like talking, or you know, Eeyore gets his tail stuck in a box, you know, like stuff, you know, just going through it's really interesting. The whole story plot about the whole, you know, he's a grown-up thing, I mean, it's been done before, so like it's not anything new. I would say that the story was very sweet. Like the whole movie, like it's a sweet movie. Like you end up leaving the theater with like cavities. It's so sweet.
Well, really quick before we have to move on, what I just realized that this movie is Hook.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, the story has been done before. It's not anything new in that aspect of kind of recapturing your childhood, which is totally what Hook is.
But is it a must-see if you liked Winnie the Pooh?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you, when I went to the theater, so I went by myself, and I had thought about it prior. I probably would have done the same thing as these ladies. But there was one lady that was sitting next to me, and as soon as the movie started, and as soon as she was like, you know, they're talking about the characters or whatever, she just, oh, hey, look,
hello, Rita!
Hey! As soon as she started talking about the characters and in the movie, she started getting like like weepy, and so I think I started getting weepy as well, because it was just like, I'm getting to see these like my childhood friends again on the screen. And then the lady next to me, she had like an old Winnie the Pooh that she was like, you could tell it was like her Winnie the Pooh when she was 4 years old, like hugging on to her Winnie the Pooh through the whole movie.
Aww.
And then at the end of the movie, the girl next to me that was crying through the whole movie, I looked over and she had an Eeyore.
Aww.
And so then she saw that the other lady on the other side of me was holding under Winnie the Pooh, and she felt good about that. But Eeyore was my favorite growing up. Aww. And I did appreciate that the animation for Eeyore was very realistic. Like, if Eeyore was a real stuffed animal walking around, like he felt like when
he was full of
Christopher Robin would
and stuff like
pick
that,
him up, there was like weight to him. Like, he was just this big ball of cuddly fluff, like a big cat, basically. Like, he had weight to him, and you know, like, his reactions were very, very Eeyore, and the reasons why I fell in love with Eeyore, just, you want to take care of him and love him and be like, it's gonna be okay, and he's gonna be like, no, it's not, but thank you anyways, you know? So, yeah, I did enjoy, you know, rediscovering Eeyore, even though the voice was a little weird for me, like, but I got used to it, and it was fine.
That's fine. That's cool. Well, that was Christopher Robin and stuff like that. Oh, Rita said she's running to her interview. She's going for an interview at Lowe's Resorts today.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, congrats, almost congrats, Rita. Good luck on the interview.
I'm sure she'll get it.
I'm pretty sure she's going to get it too. Remember, just go in there, be confident, be like, I'm going to be a manager in like 2 weeks.
So the other movie that I had never seen that was an old movie.
Yes.
I'll let you talk about
which
it.
I'm really surprised that you'd never seen before. We got it on Blu-ray because of the box.
Because, oh my god, amazing.
Because Deadpool box.
I mean, we already knew about these. It was the first time I kind of like seen them because we don't get out very much.
Yeah.
And
I was surprised when we saw the, you're welcome. Oh, the channel looks good. Thank you. Good. Is the frame rate looking good and stuff like that? Let us know.
Rita, you're our first actual viewer.
You are.
As far as we're aware. We did have somebody hop on earlier, but they didn't say anything.
Yes. So thank you for communicating with us.
Yeah.
And don't text and drive. Unless she's literally running to an interview like this.
That would be awkward.
Like holding your phone.
Be very dangerous too.
She said yes. Yay, it looks good.
Nice.
Things are working. And I didn't have to pay for more internet. Thank goodness. So, Predator. You'd never seen Predator. I was so confused.
When you realized that I had never seen it was 2 years ago at Halloween Horror Nights. They had an Alien
versus Predator yes!
house, and that house was amazing.
It was.
But I was afterwards, Talon was asking me about the house, because obviously I've seen all the Alien movies and grew up with those, and so I was terrified by all the aliens in the house. But the Predators, like, they were scary looking to me, but, like, I didn't really understand their storyline because I'd never seen the movies, and I just kind of knew it was this big alien dude with dread-looking things.
With dreadlocks.
So,
and a weird mandible
something
face.
like that coming out towards me was gonna be scary. So after the movies, after the house, it was one of those houses we ran out. So, like, we were terrified. It was a good house. You were just like, what?
I totally forgot because there was so much going on then that you had not seen Predator. And then we saw the trailer just recently for Predators, which sounds more like a movie about Brian Peppers, old internet meme. Than
I didn't get that reference.
than about Predator. But I was shocked again when he was like, "Oh, I haven't seen Predator." I'm like, "You have to at least see the first two movies." So we saw this at Walmart. We loved the box with the Deadpool on it because that's really just classic. That's funny.
Get it.
So
what did you think about me watching it?
So you had a lot of really funny things to say about it, and all of them were right. And you asked the questions that the movie was going to answer, in a few minutes and stuff like that. Which were there was a time when you're like, so why are they building up these characters this way? It's like, is stuff ever gonna happen? And stuff, and like what's gonna happen?
A story arc happening. It
like does.
The
it
story
happens.
arc didn't happen until much later in the movie. Like, there was a lot of kind of building the environment and these characters.
Well, it's like the way the plot goes with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Owens and stuff like that. Carl Winslow, excuse me.
Carl Urban, who was definitely
I said
not
Owens,
in this movie.
not Carl Urban.
Oh, I.
Although Carl Urban in a Predators movie, why did that not happen?
Yeah,
that would have been good.
Actually sounds like a
that
good
actually
idea.
sounds good.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, but all of the Jesse Ventura and stuff like that, all of these characters are built up in the first act to be badasses.
I do find myself pretty funny though, because like when Jesse Ventura died, I was like, that must be why his acting career died.
So that's why he went into politics. That's what you said.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: his character dies in the movie.
I think you're the only person who hasn't seen Predator.
Apparently, that hasn't seen it.
Oh, one thing I wanted to drop a bombshell on. I was mentioning to you that I love the music from Predator. You know, Alan Silvestri did the music. Do you know what other themes he's done?
No.
Back to the Future.
Oh. See, I didn't find the music
Avengers.
in this movie very memorable.
He's done the Avengers as well.
Thinking back on it, it's not something I remember.
You see, like, if you go back and watch this, you'll hear Back to the Future. You'll hear the Back to the Future theme in the theme for Predator now, and it's so crazy how it's like he has the same sort of thing that John Williams does. And I remember forever ago that Rita actually was the one who pointed this out to me, that she loved Alan Silvestri's music because it was also in Back to the Future and stuff when I first watched Predator. So I remember that.
I can tell you my favorite thing about the movie was the design of the alien himself.
Dude, Stan Winston's design is crazy.
At the very end, when you get to see his face, like, that was, like, that's terrifying.
That was amazing, yeah. Kevin Peter Hall did such an amazing job portraying the Predator in the two movies.
And to kind of wrap up, like, my whole opinion on it, I don't know if I liked it.
It's a guy movie. Do you like Top Gun?
I'm not really. I'm not like,
yeah.
I've never really been a big fan of like war setup movies in that way, and that's really what it felt like. What was it?
It is along the same lines as like Commando and stuff like that, but with sci-fi.
In this direction, and then all of a sudden takes you a different direction, which is fine. I'm okay with those kind of movies. But I think because the initial story plot I wasn't invested in or interested in. They kept talking about Hopper. Like Hopper was this important character.
What about Jim Hopper? You sent him to the woods to die.
But we know nothing about him.
Well, yeah.
Other than he got killed very brutally.
Yeah.
And that they were sent to rescue him. Like, but they keep bringing it up throughout the movie about how Hopper was, like, that was the whole reason why they were doing everything that they were doing.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
So there was, story-wise, it was a little annoying to me, but I can understand as an action movie and as something that was never done before, kind of changing up the environment in that way, combining two genres into one movie in that way. I understand why it's important.
You need to go back and watch.
But I don't necessarily like it.
Considering that you like the creature design so much, you need to go back and watch the special features about the original creature. Because
was there a different one?
Before Stan Winston came in, there was a different creature, and it looks vastly different.
Yeah, there's a whole thing with like his mouth like opening up the way it does.
The mandibles and stuff like that.
So cool.
There's a great little bit on the special features on the Blu-ray where Stan Winston talks about a prank that Arnold Schwarzenegger pulled on him during the shoot. And there's a lot of really good like little quips and stuff like that. And it was just, movies back then were made in a different way. It was a different time, and it was sort of a renaissance of filmmaking.
I remember I was talking to you after the movie about how I was confused because it was supposed to be in the same kind of genre as Alien, which I'm already used to.
You're like,
and to me,
why
Alien
are all these
has
commandos
always
here?
been really terrifying. Like, I've always been scared by those movies.
Oh yeah, you're asking me whether this is a horror movie or not.
And so I was very confused because it didn't feel like it was in the same universe. Like, it didn't feel like they should go together. Like, this felt like a B-level movie where Alien was an A-level movie to me. When you compare those two genres, it didn't make sense to me why they were all of a sudden in the same universe. Again, I've only seen the first one, so I haven't seen the second one, which is the one that actually kind of starts them, because you said that there was the only reason why they were brought in the same universe was because of fan service, really.
Basically, yeah. As far as we know, A lot of basically the biggest reason why Predator and Alien exist in the same universe now is all because of one camera shot, one prop in Predator 2. So either way, though,
I'm willing to watch the other one to see if I like it better.
It's a lot of the same sort of action stuff. It's more like an action detective story.
The next one?
Yeah, with Danny Glover and stuff like that. Danny Glover is the main character in the next one and stuff. So either way, you need to watch that one so that way you can see what's going on and some of the other crazy stuff and stuff like that. But it looks like I'm running out of time, and I actually have to go to work right now. So we're going to call it quits for our stream today. Let us know in the comments below how you guys liked it, if everything is showing up okay on your screen. Like I said, this is our first time live streaming with this setup, and I want to make sure that everything is looking good, so that way when we use this setup at the wedding, it will be good. Let us know how you like our graphics. I'm going to be making more of this, and we will be improving all of this as time goes on. Hopefully continuing to live stream on YouTube, possibly dubbing it on Facebook as well, and maybe doing some board game gameplay on our Twitch channel. But be sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and tell us how you liked everything. But do you have anything else to say, Alida?
Stay nerdy, my friends.
Stay nerdy, my friends. Bye.
Bye.
Now I have to press that button right there.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, wait. Oh, I got to press the train. No, you didn't miss it. You can do it again.
I did it. Bunny ears.